Hey boys and girls, it's me, the one and only, your favorite, the Sparkle Girl, aka Ken Sparkle. So, this is actually my first live video on my new channel. So, be free to subscribe and like whatever you want. And have a wonderful day, guys. So, anyway, basically, you already know who I am. Yeah. So, basically, my real name is Caitlin, just to let you guys know. But for some reason, some of you probably already know that you know me as the Sparkle Girl or King Sparkle, whichever, on YouTube or whatever from really on YouTube or any other social medias that you know about me. So anyway, so basically, I just thought it's a good idea to do a live video for my new channel. So here I am now. And I got one comment already. Wow. Thank you. And hello to you, Mickey. Yes. Welcome to my channel, my friend. Okay. So anyway, some of you are wondering what I'm going to talk about. Well, I'm going to talk about myself. Even though there are some things that you already know, like little details that you already know on some of my videos already on my channel, but I will share some other things that I haven't even told you quite yet. So, okay, so let's get started. So, at the very day when I was born, well, let's just get to the point that I was a happy little baby. Yes, which I still am. And also to be a fact that, well, it's just something that you probably don't want to hear, but it did actually really did happen on that very day when I was born. Well, I would say a couple of days after I was born, actually, because I don't want to spread too much information about it. But sadly, well, I nearly died. Did I ever mention that? I think I did anyway. Well, but I'm still here, and you guys are lucky to have me. So yeah. So don't worry. Stay positive as always, like I am. And also, um, as I grow older, maybe about like 4 or 5, I think, I did go unwell for some reason. I don't know what's wrong with me because let's just get to the point that my mom said that I couldn't speak or something like that, and she said that I keep tapping either my mom or my dad or my granddad, saying that I wasn't well, and then I ended up being sent to the kids' hospital. Yes, and the check was wrong with me. So yeah, so I don't want to spread too much information. And yes, I don't always remember the whole details about this whole situation that happened for a long time ago when I was only a little girl, a kid. But still, luckily, I'm still here, which is good and happy and positive. And but luckily, in a couple of months later, that very year, while I was sick, I did get better in the end, which is good news. Yeah, and okay. And can I just be honest? I think I've already told you guys about this. That well, due to my autism and my disability and all this and all that, let's say it's complicated to explain because, like I said, due to my autism, well, I was having trouble with communicating with other kids and hanging around with them as well. Let's just say I don't have. Mm, it's not that I can't speak. It's got nothing to do with that. The The only reason why is because I don't know how to speak. That's what I'm trying to point out for you guys to understand. Because that's just the way I was at the time when I was really young. So let's just say, well, it's quite hard, but it is quite difficult to make friends too when I was a kid because there was nothing much to do as a kid either, to be honest. But I did have a best friend. Well, actually, two best friends actually in the very same primary school that I used to go to. Well, that was really long before I met Safi though, because you already guys know about Sophie. But the two best friends that I had before her, and they were Amy and Gazelle. They were the bestest friends I could possibly be friends with in that very school when I was a kid. I do miss them from time to time, but I kind of got like moved on and all that. Yeah, I mean, just because you moved on, it doesn't mean you forget about your old friends, now can you? I don't think so. So yeah, but I still love Amy and Gazelle because they just awesome girls in my class. Well, actually, Amy was in a different class, I think. I mean, it's hard to remember now because it was a long, long time ago. So let's just say I vaguely remember all the details about my friends. Not just the girls that I mentioned, but I do have some quite a few mates, like boys in my class, and they were like David and Elliot and all that. Nope, not Eddie Carrington. No way. It's a different. So, I mean, it's someone else. And don't worry, no, he's just a friend. And yes, and to be honest, Elliot and David are the only friends I could possibly be friends with in that very primary school. Yeah, and I do miss them sometimes, even though I haven't seen David for a long time. And to be honest with you guys, I kind of did meet Elliot again when I went to high school at the time. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so happy to see him. But he wasn't the only one that I recognized from my very first primary school, because there were a few mates from that same primary school that I just met in the high school as well, back in 2012, actually. Yeah. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I recognized almost half of the boys from that very same primary school, the faces. I was like, wow, okay. Oh my God. Okay. And don't get me wrong, but the next school from after that is the same school that I mentioned you guys from way before where I met Safi. Yeah. So basically, Sophie is the only best friend I could possibly ever have from very then until now. And still, because me and Sophie would never get ever separated. No, of course not. And it's definitely not going to happen at all because me and Sophie will always go back to each other when we have, out to have our moments and all that. Yeah. And yet, me and Sophie do usually like take each other a break sometimes. Like let me say this for example. If you want me to, Sophie, I'll let you have a little break, and if you want to talk to me, then you can. Just come to me whenever you want. And she did. I just used that for example, if you get what I mean. Because Sophie sometimes say the same thing. Like, if you want to talk to me, Caitlin, that's fine. Just take a break. Something like that. Uh-huh. And for some reason, Sophie is the only best friend in my life. Well, even though I do have some quite few mates from the primary school before the one I met Sophie, and the primary school with I met Sophie. Yeah, well, I do miss those other kids too, even though me and Sophie already moved on. But that doesn't mean we should forget about those people, really, because they were nice people and very generous, sweet. Well, we can be cheeky, but we're still happy to have each other. Mm-hmm. Okay. And um, um, and some of you may know about my Stinger Dust Girls cartoon thing. Yes. Well, basically, I didn't even started that until 2014, actually, because I think I was like between 13 or 14 at the time on that very year, and I remember that very memory, me in one of the backyards in some of the classes in my high school, and I was drawing on my own notebook or something, and then some of the girls came over to me and they said to me like, "Oh, Kaylin, that's so wonderful! I can't believe. I mean, seriously. Every time I draw, everyone always seems to go and say, "Oh, Caitlin, you're so better than me. You're so good." And I did kind of said, "Yeah, thank you very much." But I do often said, "Well, it's not always true, you know. I'm not better than anyone." Well, it is true to be fair. Am I right? Because I don't want to be better than anyone. No, because it just feels wrong. Because you shouldn't say something like that just because you're good at something. Because you're just going to make other people feel bad about it. Yeah. And sorry, and you know exactly what I'm saying, and that is a good thing, to be honest. Mm-hmm. And usually, I'm actually, well, don't get me wrong, I'm usually a very honest person. But no matter how I feel, sometimes I do usually keep those feelings to myself. When something that's bothering me, I usually keep them to myself most of the time. No, really, it's true. If you don't believe me, then that's fine. It's your problem. But yeah. Yeah, well, do we? I mean, seriously. Okay, sorry, I just got them struggle there. Okay. Um, and please remember, boys and girls, no matter how good you are, it doesn't mean you're better than everyone else. No, of course not. Because you're all are equal together, equally. Yes. And I'm saying this in a positive way, just to make you guys feel happy about yourself. So please don't be sad. Don't think anything negative. Just try and focus on being happy, like I am. I've always been happy, no matter how I feel when it comes to bullying or sad moments, anger, whatever, depression, anxiety. Well, still, I just like to focus on the happy side on the in the world. Even though there are bad things going on in life, but that doesn't stop me from being myself. No, of course not. Mm-mm. And yet, well, don't get me wrong about this, because I know people can be bad, but there are some times where people can be good. I mean, just because we have our bad moments, it doesn't means it makes you a bad person. No, if people does believe you're a bad person, then that's their problem, not yours. Because sometimes people just ain't worth your time, you know. So don't let them get to you, and don't waste your time on these people who wants to give you the negative feedback. You should always focus on your lifestyle, whatever you want to think about, that's positive thinking and positive thoughts. Yes. Yeah, well, don't get me wrong. And yeah, sorry if I got silent just then. I was reading some of the comments. Good. Okay. And also, um, let's see what else. Oh yeah, my hobbies. Some of you are already aware of some things I already mentioned. But when it comes to drawing, I've always imagined me like my content has come to life. So like that. And when it comes to imaginations, it's like things just pops up and like they just come to life and they just talk to you through your head. Yeah, you may think I'm talking nonsense, but that's just me speaking the truth. Because it is the feeling sometimes too. Yes, like if you think about me with my little toy figures when I pretend to be my favorite characters with my own voice, it. I mean, you don't have to focus on me, Just focus on the characters, on how I detail them for the way I want them to act or sound to be. So like that, like me with Ariel, for example. Oh, King Sparkle, you're part of my world. Yeah, so like that, but jeez, did I just did that? Okay, sorry, but I think I got carried away. Sorry. Okay. Okay. And I do impressions, like voices, like if you think about your favorite characters, it doesn't have to be just your favorite characters, It could be any character that you do sometimes can almost sound like Mickey Mouse. I was from the Powerpuff Girls, or Lilo or Stitch, Ariel, Tinkerbell, any characters really. Or Twice Sparkle from My Little Pony, or Equestria Girls, whatever. But still, each of those characters I mentioned are my favorites. But I do have some quite few characters that are not usually my favorite, like well, it's complicated because sometimes I can't even think about which characters that I don't usually a fan of. Like, well, at first, as a kid, I did used to not like, well, I say Buttercup from the Powerpuff Girls. I used to not like her, but don't ask me why, because I just rather not say anything about it because it's just gonna hurt you guys' feelings, and I do not want to do that. Honestly, I don't. So that's all you need to hear. So, but as I get older, I'm starting to understand Buttercup a little bit more, and I did got used to her, and I do sound like Buttercup's voice from time to time due to the actress who did Buttercup in the original series. Yeah, well, I don't want to do it right now because it's you might find it embarrassing. So yeah, and well, to be honest, my most favorite Powerpuff Girl of the group. Some of you may gonna say or might think it would be Blossom. Well, it is true sometimes, but it mostly is Bubbles, to be honest. So yeah, please don't be disappointed. So can I just say, Bubbles will always remain my favorite character of the Powerpuff Girls, including of her group of her sisters, the superheroes. Yeah, and And yet, you guys probably already know that she's been voiced by Tara Strong in the original series. And did you guys know that Tara Strong Elsa did Twilight Sparkle in My Little Pony Equestria Girls? Yep, that's her, alright. You may don't believe me, then it's fine. Just go on Google. Yeah. Well, basically, I do love the Powerpuff Girls though. I only prefer the original series though. I did watch the new one from a couple of years ago back. And to be fair, it is good in its own way, but the original will always be the best in my personal opinion. So yeah. So please don't be upset just because I have a different opinion to you, okay? Yeah, okay. And oh, actually, you know I mentioned about voice impressions of the characters. Well, I not only just the girl characters though, I can do some boy characters too, like Bambi, for example. Yeah, and I can do Pinocchio as well. The Disney one, actually, not the one from Shrek. No, but I can't do Gingy from Shrek though. It's quite easy. And I did mention that I can do Mickey Mouse. Yes. And okay. Okay, so my favorite memories. Ooh, so easy and sometimes hard. It just depends. Okay, let's see. My favorite memory. Ugh, I do got quite a few favorites. Like how I met Sophie, my best friend, and when I well, when I used well, when I first met my cat Smudge when he was a baby. Oh, he was so cute. Oh, you could have loved him, guys. You would have loved him. He's so adorable. He was so small. But sadly, he's not with us anymore. He passed away in 2019 at a very old age. But not just his age, though, but he died because he was unwell. And I was like devastated that very year when he died. And me and my mom didn't even want us to stay with him because we were too desperate. So me and my mom kind of left home while my dad and my sister stayed with Smudge as he, gets put down. Yeah. I mean, just because me and my mom left home earlier than my dad and my sister, it doesn't mean, whatever you guys are thinking. It's just too hard for me and my mom to deal with, But it's the same for my sister and my dad. Yeah. I will never forget him. Smudge. But no matter where you are, Smudge, I will always love you and you're like my little brother. Okay. Okay. Try not to get too emotional, guys, okay? I don't want to get upset before bedtime. So anyway, oh yeah. At the moment, well, even though it is bonfire night, well, to be honest, I got a bit worried about Bella because every time she hears the fireworks, she gets like anxiety problems lately. It's been started since quite a few years back now, and don't get me wrong, she is okay. Don't worry, she's not well. Sorry, I mean sorry. It doesn't mean she's not well, but what I'm trying to say that she is well, but she just not herself at the moment because there's noises going on. Yeah, because there's stupid fireworks. But if I have to be honest with you, boys and girls, I'm sorry to say this, but I'm afraid I have to be really honest with you and be straight with you. So don't get upset with me just because I'm going or what I'm going to say. So I want to say I understand to those who likes fireworks, but I never liked fireworks ever since I was a kid, and I still don't like fireworks, like still. And for some reason, I got quite a few reasons to not like fireworks. Bangs, too much noise, too much crowd of people watching the fireworks in the park. Because I remember a long time ago when I was a kid, me and my family used to go to the park, and some other people going to the same park, and we used to watch fireworks there at the time. But we don't do that anymore, which is good for me. And also, to be in fact, I had this sort of thing about too much noises, because I got really quite sensitive ears, as much as my dog Bella. Yeah. And I always cuddle to Bella when I have my moments or when she has a moments. Because, to be honest, Bella is the only dog I could possibly want to cuddle with. But I still love Betsy. Don't worry. It doesn't mean I have a favorite dog. I mean, don't be so silly, Caitlin. Oh, come on, guys. Come on, seriously. I still love Betty and Bella together, no matter what. But like I said just then, it just feels like Bella is the only one I feel close to, at the moment. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Police sirens. You reminded me about that, Sebastian. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hate loud noises. Like I just said, police sirens, and it could be the ambulance sirens, and it could be any sirens, to be honest, or like fire alarms. Oh, I hate that noise. It's too much racket. And I also don't like the loud noises from too many crowds, as in too many people around you when you're out and about in town or something. Because too many busy people. I mean, am I the only one who ever feel like you can't even breathe or can't even move a muscle because there's too many people keep going over to your space or something? Like every time I feel like I'm getting squished like a fish. Okay, thank you. Okay, I'm just saying. Oh my god, remind me of something. Last weekend, you're never gonna believe this, because on that very night on Saturday, you may not gonna believe this if I tell you this, because when my mom and my nan and me myself, when we're out in town and they have those lights things at nighttime, but we were about to go to see the lights ourselves, but my mom decided just to leave it because there's just so many people and it's just going crazy like every time. Like, how many people do we really need to see the lights? Seriously? Because, no offense, I'm not saying that they can't. I'm just saying that sometimes when it gets too busy, I just think it's about time we should have like somehow less people in it. Not like SeaWorld people. I'm just saying like people can still see the lights, but I just don't like the idea about the security guards letting too many people in one same space, if you get what I mean. So yeah, I just find it ridiculous, because I just find it annoying these days. Like how many people do they really need to see whatever, like the party or whatever? It just remind me of something. If you think about what happened back in sometimes in the 90s, something to do with football. Yeah, I don't want to think about that anymore because I kind of feel bad for people who got hurt on that day, and some of you probably know what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's okay if you don't know what I'm talking about. You can always just look it up if you want to. But if you don't want to, it's clearly up to you. But if I were you, I just don't, because it's just too scary to read, and it's best to not look it up at all, boys and girls. Okay, and I can promise you that it will give you nightmares. Yeah. So anyway, well, I have to get going now, guys, because it's nearly bedtime, and I don't want to be up late because I got a day center tomorrow. So I'll catch you guys later. So if you're new to my channel, be free to subscribe, give it a like, and press the notification bell to receive my videos every day. And I'll see you all guys next time. Well, bye for now. Bye, and good night, Safety. So, Sparkle Girl out.